Hello everyone and welcome back to round 2 of this F2 Mini Championship at Canada this time around. The format is going to be a bit different from this time around. It's going to be a feature race, of course, as usual, but there's also going to be a sprint race. The sprint race, of course, comes first. The sprint race, as you can see, at least in Canada on your screen, is 14 laps, and the feature race is 20 laps. But the way this grid is set is in reverse championship order. Now, I have no idea where I am in this championship standings, because at the time of recording this, there was no championship standings out. So I'm guessing I started somewhere around P17, so I was in the top
SDA,
top 7, top
SDA.
8 people, I guess, in terms of scorers at least, because of course we had a pretty decent round 1, as you may or may not have seen.
नहीं 5 नहीं है.
But of course, as with every league race sort of goes for me, or at least every sort of racing season goes for me, starts off well, and then there's of course a bit of misfortune, and you will see what happens in this round. So without wasting any further time, let's jump right into it. But wait, are you interested in sim racing? If the answer to that question is yes, then make sure to check out Virtual Racing Hub. They have everything you need for sim racing, such as bases, wheels, pedals, driver coaching, and much more. Find the link in the description and use the code on your screen for 10% off at the checkout. Coming back to the video then,
Dark.
as you can see, for the sprint race, just the softs.
formation lap.
On the formation lap, you can see Logesh getting quite antsy, but going on to the race start now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and its lights out and away we go. I get a pretty good start here. Logesh does not, but you can see Mavukami breaks a little bit, and because of that I have to back out. And you can see a whole pack of cars just coming in, and well, of course, I think everyone got away cleanly, but yeah, I think we have lost a few positions here, and that's somebody in the wall. So well, we have already gained one position back. Oh, there's another person who spun out. That's another person for me. I'll absolutely take it, but yeah, of course, the goal now is to continue on that point scoring streak in both the sprint as well as the feature. And now there's too much chaos. As you can hear me saying, there's too much chaos. Well, there is quite a bit of chaos here. Gristle blocks the inside, and because of that we cannot take the corner properly, and then we get a pretty botched exit out of that chicane, and they're almost going 3 wide here going into the hairpin, but Gristle backs out from it. Swagger sticks to the inside. We're just trying to stay with them to not lose the DRS, or at least that is what the hope is, because the people behind, well, they're not really catching up. Mahmoud Kadmi is slowing Streeter down with his dirty air, so that is kind of helping us now. So the goal is, of course, to make sure that we stay with the pack right ahead of us, and Swagger breaking quite a bit early, but still managed to stay ahead, stay behind Swagger cleanly, of course. That's the main thing. It's going 3 wide. And oh, that's APD who spuns. That's another position that we'll absolutely
What
take.
is this? 4 wide?
I say 4 wide, but there's a lot more cars going pretty close to each other, and that could mean chaos. And there is! We've gained 2 positions. Someone's had contact. We almost got we almost got a give up position thing there, but luckily the game did not give me penalty for it. And now moving on a little bit, because nothing much happened here. Going on to just a lap after, we can see that we've kind of lost the DRS to the people ahead. Asher did have a moment, and we also have a moment by having a pretty bad exit out of that chicken. Street is right onto us, but because of the way it was, we did not have the DRS. Street is gonna have the DRS, I'm pretty sure, and that means that we'll have to defend with everything we have. Streeter having a bit of very minor contact with us, but nothing much. But the bad news is Ink is also there right behind us, and now we're gonna get absolutely swallowed up unless we can do something about Ink. And Streeter has blocked the line and I blocked the inside, so Ink cannot get past us as we get our warning here. A second warning, no, it's first warning here. I think I'm not sure. But there you can see that Ink didn't really gain much coming out of the final corner here. He might have gotten a pretty bad exit. However, we can see that Streeter didn't gain much either, but he did have the DRS. So at the end of the day, we do lose some time. And
Tires saving.
Yeah, these tires were out quite well, and the lap is quite quick, especially when you're focusing. You can see 4 laps done already, although of course you've only seen 3 laps. And now we have the DRS. Streeter does not have the DRS. But what you did get to know later on was that these guys were running lower.
Another warning,
yes,
bro.
this is my second warning. But yeah, these guys were running lower wings compared to me, and hence why the straight line was. They had a lot of straight line, but oh, Ashley's had a Shrey has had a bit of a moment there.
I feel like my ABS
but he is very close to us. But Streeter does not have. Streeter somehow gets the DRS.
Yes, a lockup hota hai bro.
And of course you can see how quickly they're just flying away on the straight. While we have no pace, barely enough to catch up. And oh there goes Shrey to the wall. He has contact with Streeter. That means that another position for us, but of course nowhere close to scoring points. We have to get past the bunch of cars ahead of us to score points. But unfortunately, as per usual, I could not keep up with these guys. So we will cut ahead just a tiny bit here to lap 7, which is 2 laps later. But as you can see, Ink is still stuck behind us. Swagger's pulled away, but Streeter's had a moment, so now we're very close. We have the DRS. Streeter does have a 3-second time penalty. We send it down the inside at the hairpin. We push him off wide because we understeer, and Ink is now fighting it out with Streeter. We have the DRS, so we might have a small chance of pulling away. Right? Wrong. Again, look at the top left, the delta. Streeter does not have the DRS. We have the DRS, but Streeter is still catching up to us. That just goes to show you how much of a issue that is. And we've got a 3-second time penalty, which isn't ideal for us. Although Streeter does have 3 seconds, Swagger has 3 seconds, but a few people behind as well as ahead of us do not have a 3-second time penalty. So that could mean trouble for us, as we are looking to obviously continue on with the point scoring as we mess up the corner, as we the point scoring streak. Now Streeter, because of that bad exit, is back with us side by side going through here. Streeter does not back out much, but because of the nature of the corner, he has to go off wide. That did mess up with his exit, but now you can see we've gotten double overtaken here. We've lost 2 positions in one corner. Ink does not have a penalty, so he's, at least considering penalties, he's far ahead. But yeah, the fight between Ink and Streeter is pretty much on. We'll have to see if we can gain any positions from this. And we are quite close to them still. We do have the DRS, but look at that. Lokesh is right behind us. So now there's a 4-way battle for on-track P12. And you can see, even though we're in the somewhat of a slipstream, we are not gaining anything at all going into the braking zone. We overestimate the braking. We get another warning, and now we've lost 4/10 on the exit just because of that. And as I was saying, it is impossible to drive on a controller for me, but the fact that I was still somehow managing to keep up with these guys was somewhat of a big miracle for me. So yeah, I mean, of course I do struggle with pace on a controller. I'm hoping I could get a wheel pretty soon, but there's a few other things that I'm hoping for as well that are more important to me than getting a wheel. And if it does happen, if it does come forward, then I will be announcing it here, and it's actually pretty exciting stuff, so you guys might want to keep an eye out for it. And oh, there's contact between Swagger and Ashray, so we're up by 2 more positions here. And yeah, that was a bit weird, and that's a safety car. Well, let's skip ahead to the end of the safety car, which was 4 laps later, and you can see Envy is quite far behind, and the leader's gone, but I didn't realize it yet, and because of that, we've had a pretty bad SC start because we were right behind NV and yeah, breaking in the middle of corner to avoid contact between Faizan and I'm not sure who that was. But yeah, because of that we've lost a lot of time not taking the outside line. Although the bit of a scrap is still going on right ahead of us, we might just be able to perhaps gain a few more on-track positions. We get a pretty bad exit out of there. Sheray's retired, so that's one little bit less of a competition. Envy sends it down the inside there. Pretty bold move by Envy. Although it has worked out for him since he is ahead of...
oh, I forgot these cars do not have a good
he is ahead of those guys. And now coming into this corner...
Oh, I've been
taken out, man!
Yup, we get tapped and that is our race pretty much ruined with only one more lap to go. That was pretty unfortunate. Thank you to TR Limitless for allowing me to use that clip in this video. And as you can see, coming across the line, T20. Pretty bad result for us and with another 6-second time penalty.
Take a wider line.
Moving on to the feature race.
Super soft. Ultra है ही नहीं, कहाँ से ultra पे जाएगा?
I meant to say something else there, but yep, that came out of my mouth. But yeah, anyways, coming back to the action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. It's lights out and away we go for the feature race here at Canada. We get a pretty good start. Mamuka Army is lagging. And we are actually ahead, so we have gained one position right off the start. Can we gain more? And by the looks of it, not really. We've, matter of fact, gone down to the same position we started at, and in matter of fact, we've lost 2 more positions because of the weird place we were on track. And again, it's all a part of racing. We can't really do much about it. But the goal now, of course, is to move on and somehow get within the top 10 to score points. And as you can see,
Bro,
that's Faizan who sent it down the inside. But yeah, Faizan's taken Heisenberg out. Luckily, we avoid the damage, so we've gained now 2 more positions. But then again, we're about yeah, we started P17. We're a position down where we're supposed to start. Oh, someone's gone off wide here, however, and someone's rejoined. And there's yellow flags for someone who they went straight into the wall right there, by the way. And here's Aradia sent it. Faizan also has sent it upon us. And because of the contact that Aradia had, we had to go straight on for even longer. And that's cost us another position. And that's Gristle right behind us. One of the fastest drivers yet again in IRC. And that could mean that we'll lose another position, unfortunately. If we can send it down the inside here, but we cannot.
Oh, bro, I broke early and this guy still managed to almost make me hit him here.
Exactly, and because of that, we have lost the position to Rissel. And now we are in P19. Although we're still very, like literally very, very close to the pack ahead, and they're all scrapping. So if any sort of collision could be, we could gain 4 to 5 positions right then and there. But will we be able to do it?
The inside of that corner is completely gone.
We've gotten a pretty bad exit here, but nothing too serious. However,
what's happening?
Will anyone have contact coming out of there? Because there's quite an accident-prone sort of corner. By the looks of it, not really. Although they're going 3 wide, 4 wide momentarily. There's cautions, but that's for
again. People are
behind
trying
us.
3 wide, 4 wide, man. Come on, guys.
Oh, that is Arjun Senapati. So someone has lost their car ahead of us. Rissel's gotten the warning of giving the position back. Because of that, we gained 2 free positions just like that. And although we're not quite close to Logesh and Ashra, we don't have their slipstream, but the most we can do is nail the next corner.
Arjun, no. What is this man on?
But you can see Arjun's gained so much time, and Arjun coming into the wall of champions pushes us off. Ashra did go into the wall there, but yeah, we've net gained nothing. So let's just move on forward a couple more laps. Lap 4, as you can see, Ashray on the super softs actually is quite close, but then of course at the end of the day our goal is to defend off from whoever we can, how much ever we can. but coming into the wall of champions yet again, we have a pretty bad wall of champions. And that is why Ashley's caught up. And this is a DRS overtake as well. He sets the fastest lap of the race while he's at it. And he is ahead because of that. And there's another set of cautions, but that seems to be ahead of us. That's Aradhya Gupta, who's lost a couple of positions here. His tires will for sure be hot.
Shut up!
Question is, can we gain the positions back? And we have a bit of contact with Aradhya's here. That sounds bad. But yeah, we get a pretty decent exit with the DRS. But then again, these guys were running lower downforce compared to me, so I couldn't really do much here. Although Aradhya,
completely gone.
by the looks of it,
dude, Aradhya, let me buy if you don't have a wing.
Yep, Aradhya, if you can just very barely see there, and now you can see pretty clearly he does not have a front wing, but for whatever reason he gets an amazing exit out of there, and Aradhya is fighting it, although it's not against the rules to fight when you don't have a wing, but it's more like a gentleman's agreement that if you have a broken wing, instead of holding people up, you let them go. But clearly Aradhya does not want to follow that, but he still goes into the pits, and that is another safety car. Let's go to the end of this safety car.
We'll plan something
which was
out.
yet again 4 laps after.
It's not letting me downshift. It's not letting me
and
down.
Mamuk Admi hits our rear, but it doesn't do much in terms of our restart.
Who's the leader?
We get a pretty bad restart because I did have some pretty bad reaction times, but you can hear me complaining about the leader because the leader went very, very slowly. And now,
my man, he did nothing wrong.
you can see APD and Rissal having a bit of a tussle. Oh, Buzz.
It's fine.
But yeah, it is getting a bit rough here. We are in P9 though, however,
Come on,
we still have
one more
not
11-second penalty.
pit. We still haven't pit.
One more 11 seconds.
And it is purely because of that. It is very, very crucial for us to make up as many positions as possible. To show as much pace as possible. And APD has spun. So that's one step ahead. And yeah, no safety cars for that because it's just a simple spin, but Helium has retired. Will there be a safety car for that? Unfortunately not. So we will now go ahead just to the end of this lap when you can see Envy on the Super Softs who did pit has caught up to us. Same as Tanish, speed board in brackets Tanish, we refer to him as Tanish because that's his name. And you can see that Envy on those fresh Super Softs is just flying.
He can't turn left on the straight.
Can't really do much. We do not have damage, but yeah, the difference between 40 to 50% old soft compared to new Super Softs is over a second. And hence we are unable to defend from Envy.
Is that a fat joke?
And we get a bit of a moment there coming out of that corner, but Tanish is right behind us. Tanish could try and get past us here, but he does not. And Envy and Lokesh have a bit of a moment. They both go off wide. Envy gets a pretty bad corner exit because obviously he went off wide. And now Tanish is looking down the inside and he is making it 3 wide into the hairpin. And this is a bit of an edgy moment because if you didn't notice, we did have contact with Envy there on the exit. Luckily Envy did not get any damage from it because it was pretty slow speed contact. But now we have to defend from 2 cars behind us. There's Logesh right ahead of us who goes straight into the pit. So now we don't even have DRS, although of course Slipstream would have helped, but you don't get DRS on this main straight here because the detection is at the hairpin, like before the hairpin, the corner before the hairpin. But clearly, because of Envy and Tanish fighting, this has helped us out a lot. Although of course, they just gain all of the time back in just one position. Aradhya retires in the pits, so there will not be any safety cars. At least I hope for none. But yeah, someone's retired in the wall. It's an MP Motorsport car. Will there be a safety car for that? By the looks of it, no, because nothing's come out yet. Envy has gotten right past us with the help of DRS and of course those Super Softs. And we have a pretty bad exit there, and we have contact with Tanish as well. Now Tanish is going side by side with us, going into the hairpin. Will he try and late break into the hairpin? No, he plays the safer game because we do have the outside line, he has the inside line. And of course, because of fresh tires, he's going to get a pretty good exit. There's Ink Red behind us on fresh tires. He started on the super softs, now he's on the softs. We have the DRS, but you can see it's of no use. And since it is lap 12, I think we will be pitting now. Nope, we do not pit. We decided to stay out, so I believe we pit the lap after. But yeah, Ink's gotten a pretty bad exit, and I believe I stayed out here because I thought I'd be able to pull off an amazing overcut on these guys.
New tires, Ink?
But of course, nothing has gone according to our plan in this race, and you will see how. You can see 2 laps later we're going into the pits, and this is very, very late. This is too late for an overcut. The real SD, however, pits with us.
What? Seriously?
And optimal turn in time, so we should have a pretty good stop here. Where can we come out? Hoping for a P10 coming out of the pits here.
Why is there no pit light?
Nope, the next best would be okay, we're down to P12. This isn't good.
Hi, the real SD.
But we're still pretty close to points without any warnings. Sorry, we do have warnings, but without any penalties. And we've come out to P13 behind Faizan. And Faizan pit a couple laps before us.
Oh god, I'm here, Faizan.
I said that because Faizan had quite a few incidents in this race. However, as it goes with most of things, what ended up happening here was that Faizan did have 6 seconds worth of time penalty, so I did try to say within those 6 seconds, but as you will see in just about a second, I did lose a lot of time to Faizan, but that did mean that Faizan also had 9 seconds. I lost 2 seconds to Faizan in just about 2 laps here. Skipping to the end of lap 19, you can see it get damage on the wall of champions there, just with 1 lap to go. And now it's become an even harder sort of thing to stay within that time penalty sort of range of the cars ahead. It's going to be very, very hard for us to do, and you can see that we get 3 seconds worth of time penalties, and because of that it is essentially ruined for us. And that is a part of racing, and that is
the
whole thing about the roller coaster of racing. Things do happen sometimes, you know, middle of the race things go your way, and then, you know, the next lap things do not go your way. It's really the unpredictability of racing that we don't know, but yeah, it was still a pretty fun round. I mean, the longer we spent these cars, although despite it being only a 4-round championship, you know, spending more time in these cars does make you really go back to the roots, compared to, you know, just driving F1 or, you know, driving any other car, as a matter of fact, on any other game or even in real life. And yeah, it is a pretty good experience to be fair. I'd say these cars are better than F1 cars in terms of handling and such. But yeah, again, this is all a part of racing, be it virtual, be it real life. You know, there's always a roller coaster of emotions, roller coaster of everything as a part of it. But yeah, I will not bore you guys any further. Thank you guys for watching this video. Of course, if you guys want to watch these videos live, or rather watch these races live, then make sure to check out the Twitch link in the description. I stream all sorts of these races there.
Yeah, I scored.
And also stream a lot of races there which I do not upload onto YouTube. So make sure to follow that. Make sure to, you know, of course, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notifications to know when I upload next. Next round is at Abu Dhabi, and yeah, that is one hell of a banger of a video as well that you guys do not want to miss out. So make sure to, of course, turn on post notifications, make sure to turn on the bell, and of course check out the sponsor / affiliate of this video, Virtual Racing Hub, as well, if you want to buy wheels, as I mentioned earlier. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.